Hey there, I'm Lance and I'm a gamer.
And I'm Sam, and I'm a non-gamer.
And we are Love to Hate, where we help gamers find great games to play with non-gamers.
And today we're taking a look at Acornism by Phantom Lab Games.
Acornism is a game that is currently running on crowdfunding, so you want to make sure to check out the link down below in the description of this video after you watch it to still get a chance to back this game. Now, this is a 2 to 4 player tile laying game in which you are going to be strategically placing these tiles which act like dominoes, and you are trying to get acorns around different animals, matching the number of acorns to the number on the animal so that you can play one of your scoring pieces on that to get the points for the animal. Let's go down to the table where I'll show you how this game works, and then we'll come back and share thoughts on it as a gamer and non-gamer. All right, I have Acornism on the table. Let me show you about this tile laying game. Now, I do want to make sure you understand that everything you see here in this portion of the video is prototype, so the final artwork, components, and maybe even some of the rules might change once it's released from crowdfunding. That being said, what you have with this game, you have lots of tiles, and you have beautiful little wooden pieces that are going to have like a fall foliage theme to them, different leaves or acorns, seeds, that sort of thing. And they're very nice. They're pre-painted, as you can see. I really like the maple leaf looking one here. But anyhow, you have lots of them over here, and they're going to be your scoring markers, and each player is going to have their own particular type. So you're going to separate all of them and give each player one set of scoring markers like so. And then you're going to mix up these tiles over here, and on these tiles you are going to have a animal on one side. You can see that this is a bear, and the bear is going to have a number assigned to it, so 10 in this case, and then you're going to have a number of acorns on the other side of the domino. And you'll mix these all up, and each player will draw 4. And this is a game for 2 to 4 players, and so each player will draw 4, and you'll take a look at what you have, and you will keep these face up on the table. You'll show everybody what you have. You're going to go ahead and move the rest of these out of the way, and I'm going to move these off to the side to kind of show you how this game works in this playing area right here. Now, for this game, you are going to have an 8x8 grid in which you are playing your dominoes into, and this is a shared space. Everybody will play into the same 8x8 grid, and that 8x8 grid is undefined at the beginning of the game, meaning just because the starting tile is this tile right here and it's right there does not necessarily mean that this is the center of the 8x8 grid. In fact, it could be the far left side or the far right or the top or the bottom. That will change once you start laying tiles in any sort of direction. Just know that you cannot go more than 8 rows across or 8 columns high. Hopefully that makes sense. All right, 8 rows high, 8 columns across. Let me rephrase that. So this is our starting tile right here, and it's got 3 acorns on this side, and on this side it's a 9, and it's a boar. Now what the number means is that's how many acorns this particular animal, let me get that in focus for you all, this animal wants to eat to be satisfied. And when it has that number of acorns surrounding it, then whoever places the last domino around this boar is going to put one of their scoring markers on it to claim the points at the end of the game. And the points is equal to the number on the tile. So this is the starting tile, and so I want to make sure that I play the last tile that surrounds it on the cardinal directions here and has an equal number of acorns that matches the number right there. So maybe I play this tile right here. Now, when you play tiles, you do have to play them adjacent to another tile that's already out here, and you do have to place it so that acorns touch animals and animals touch acorns. So I could not, in other words, play it like that. I could play it like that, because acorns touch animals and animals touch acorns. And then I would draw back up to 4, again, keeping them open so that everyone can see what I have. And then the next player would go, and maybe they end up playing something like this. So now looking at the playing area, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 acorns surrounding this boar, which means it only wants 1 more acorn. And in fact, I do have a 1 right here, and so I could place it like that and we have exactly 9 acorns surrounding the boar. And because I was the last one to place a tile on the boar, then I get to claim the boar for 9 points at the end of the game. Now, if instead I didn't play that one and I was not playing by the rules and played this 2 here, whether I did that intentionally or by mistake, let's get that off of there, we now have too many acorns surrounding this boar. So this is an illegal move. You cannot do this. And one of the other players at the table would have to point that out to me and say, no, you can't do that. There's too many acorns surrounding the boar. You got to take that tile back and move somewhere else. Now, if nobody caught that and I put it there, and maybe I just counted the acorns wrong and I claimed it even, but then later in the game we realized, no, wait, that's too many acorns, then you have to take back your scoring marker, and you got to take back the tile that was played to cause the disruption. Whether that be this tile here or maybe the actual tile that has the scoring marker on it, you got to take it and it's discarded. And so that can be something that can happen if you do make a mistake in this game. But you want to try not to make those mistakes, and you want to try to make sure, I have the wrong tile now, but you want to try to make sure that you have the right number of acorns surrounding it so that you can claim it for the points. Now, as you can see, there are some tiles that have no acorns on them, and there are tiles that have a maximum of 4 acorns on them. Now, I will try to point out, if I can find it real quickly, there is one particular tile in the game. It's called the Magic Acorn, and hopefully there it is. It has a question mark on the acorn, and what this tile is going to let you do is it's going to let you be able to make that be whatever number you need it to be in whatever situations that are surrounding it. So in other words, let's say we have this 6 right here, and we've got 2 and 2 surrounding it, so we need 2 more acorns next to it, and so boom, I am making this magic acorn be 2 so that we have 2, 4, 6 surrounding this raccoon, and I can play my marker on it. But now we've got 8 right here, and so this acorn can be whatever number I need it to be to try to make the match for this one. So in other words, we've got 3 right here, we've got 3 right there, and let's say we've got 1 right here. So we have 3, 6, 7 acorns. I want that magic acorn to be a 1 so that I can claim this animal right here as well. And so the magic acorn can be different kinds of numbers for different types of animals. And that's pretty much what you have here with this game. When it happens that nobody is able to have a valid move left, meaning that they cannot place a tile anywhere because it would cause an illegal placement, then the game is going to come to an end. I do want to point out that, as I said, this is an 8 by 8, and so any animals that are on the edge of the playing field are not going to score you points because you cannot fully surround them. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's go ahead and make another column right here. And so this is the 8th column. And so this monkey right here is not going to be able to be scored because you cannot place a tile on this side. So you do want to try to keep in mind that only your animals that are going to be further into the center and not on the edge are going to be the ones that score you the points. So you want to try to play cleverly with this game, playing your tiles to open up scoring opportunities for yourself, not having you open up scoring opportunities for your opponents because that's going to give them the points, obviously. But anyhow, that is how you play Acornism. Let's go back up top and share our thoughts on this one. And we're back, and now we're going to share our thoughts on Acornism from a gamer and non-gamer's perspective. And we do want to point out again, like we said in the rules portion of the video, this is a prototype. This is all we have of the prototype here. We don't actually have the game box, just the actual components for the game in the rule book here. So I'm going to go ahead and set this down for now, though. So Sam, you as a non-gamer, we typically like tile laying games. We've said that a lot in a lot of our videos in the past. What did you think about this particular one?
I thought it was good. It's definitely right up our alley. One we could definitely play with the kids. It's pretty straightforward. The iconography is very easy to understand. Yeah. I mean, it takes less than 2 minutes to explain the concept of the game. So I think that's really good for non-gamers. Yeah, really the rule book is this. It's just this. Yeah. It is 1 page folded in half. So you've got 4 small pages of the rules here. But yeah, no, you're right. The teach on this one is incredibly simple and straightforward, but yet it's still an engaging game, I thought. What was it like for you? Yeah, I thought it was really good. I mean, there's still some strategy to it. I think it's a good beginner strategy game. I mean, we even messed up as people who play games often. We messed up once when we were not paying enough close attention, and we had way too many acorns around a number. But so it's not too simplistic.
Right. There's some trickiness with the game because, like Sam said, you can make a mistake, and you can make more than a mistake in more than one way, right? Like you can accidentally put too many acorns around an animal, and that's like a legit mistake, right? Like that you can't legally do that.
Yeah.
But then there's the mistake of you thought you were making a good turn for yourself, but you really just set up the next turn for the next player to really kind of claim something. And this is a lot of that with this game. You're trying to avoid setting up your opponents in this one. And so you want to try to do what's well for yourself, but you don't want to give your opponents the free door to walk through. So I thought the artwork and the components for this game, for this to be a prototype, is quite astounding. And I was told that these are not the final quality of tiles, but man, these, I don't know what's wrong with the tiles. The tiles are great the way they currently are. Yeah. So I feel like the game is just outstandingly well made, even just as a prototype. I mean, what did you think about that?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I this is the first time I'm realizing it's a prototype. He usually just has it laid out and ready to go when I was playing it, so I did not realize it was a prototype at all.
And I think these wooden components are really nice too. I mean, they're custom cut and painted, and so yeah, there's just a lot to like about this little tiny game. And we didn't even mention the fact that it is a little tiny game that you can pretty much take anywhere you want to go.
Big benefit to us.
Yes, yeah, you can travel with this game. And I mean, when you think of tile laying games, especially when you've got a grid and the grid could be 8 by 8 like it is in this game, you're thinking that's a table, like a table hog, that's going to be sprawling. But really, this game is, I mean, it's small footprint. Yeah, so a lot to like about this one, and I think it does have a lot of good moments in it where you are trying to be crafty and clever with the tiles that you have with this one. So one that you think might work well with non-gamers?
Yeah, I think this one would be great with non-gamers.
All right, well, there you go. That's our thoughts here on Acornism from Phantom Lab Games. Again, it is running on crowdfunding. You only have about maybe 12 days at the timing of this film, at the filming of this video. We're going to try to get this video out as quickly as possible, but you definitely want to try and get that campaign page by clicking the link down below. And while you're down there, leave us some comments.
And make sure to like or subscribe and push that bell button so you get notifications of all our new content.
I'm Lance.
I'm Sam.
And we are Love to Hate, where we try to bridge the gap between gamers and non-gamers. We'll catch you next time.